Good morning, treacle. How are you doing today? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I've been thinking a lot recently about what it means to be a better version of myself. I think something I'm realising is that I've got to be a better me for me, and living in a way that makes myself proud and myself feel good is something that's really important. So I'm embracing that and I'm trying to make it my reality. And today felt like a really good day to get that going. Generally speaking, taking care of myself tends to fall on the wayside, but I am really trying to dedicate at least one day a week to go all out for myself. So this morning I dragged myself out of bed early and head over to the gym. The sun was shining this morning as well, which made it so much easier to get moving and grooving. There's just something about a sunny morning that screams like, go on girl. It's like the universe was giving me a little nudge, being like, you got this. And the gym was so quiet this morning, which sounds silly, but it kind of made me feel like the world was my oyster. Currently at the gym, I'm just focusing on getting myself moving, my blood pumping and stretching out. I start with a little walk on the treadmill, nothing too fancy at all, just raising the incline and the speed until my heart rate picks up. And this is also usually my morning screen time, so checking inboxes, replying to messages that I've been putting off, and then as a little treat after I do my tasks, I use the Apple Journal and get all of my thoughts out of my head and into black and white. The journaling normally follows me into the studio where I do my stretches. I just think it's a really great way to put some mindfulness into the beginning of my day, but it also keeps my mind ticking over whilst I'm trying to take things slower and kind of like sink into the stretches that I'm doing. So yeah, a little bit of journaling, a little bit of stretching, and then into some handstand practice. Really trying to work on my core and also extending my shoulders and finding balance through that at the moment. Still obviously quite wobbly, so I'm using the wall just to kind of practice, but going to the gym is making me feel really good. People always talk about the power of endorphins, and lo and behold, shock horror, they are right. Literally leaving the gym this morning felt like a cloud had been lifted over my head. And I'm not gonna lie, it did give me a boost of confidence. I know it's just one step, but like I feel like it's a significant one. If I can keep this up and just kind of each time I go feel like I'm stepping myself up a tiny bit, I know that in the long run I'll see and also feel a difference. I think I'm learning that taking care of myself doesn't have to be a monumental task. It can just start with small, deliberate actions like today's gym session. Here's to more sunny mornings and endorphin highs. I know a voiceover is a little bit different, but I kind of didn't feel like a chatty one this morning, so yeah, thanks for joining me for this part of the day.
Goodness me. Hello my darling, how you doing today? I have some pasta and some salad on the go, and also a glass of water in a Jubal cup that, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't come by this honestly. And then for a nice little bit of dessert, I got myself a pear because I love pears. I feel like I started the day really well. I'm feeling good. Really went for it with my workout this morning. I feel like for the last couple of weeks I've been in kind of like a transitional phase where I'm like just being okay with being back in the gym and going through the motions. So it feels really good to come out of it and be like, Jesus Christ, I'm shattered. I really went for that. The salad is not good in this. You know when sometimes the salad tastes like a ladybird? And I'm not saying I eat ladybirds, but you know when like a ladybird would like gunk on you as a kid? And I'm not saying I eat that either. Some salad tastes like ladybirds, and if you know, you know. There's also just like no graceful way to eat salad, because we're not chopping salad. Are we chopping salad? I, for one, never want to have to chop any of my food. I want my food pre-chopped. If I can eat it from a bowl with a fork and that be it, that's a good meal in my book. I've got some work to do this afternoon. I've got so much editing to do, some scheduling for my other job. I really want to make a spreadsheet of like a content plan for me, just so I can have everything in one place, because I have been trying to do it in a notebook, because obviously I love writing, and I'm not talking like I love writing, I'm a writer. No, I love planning things out and writing and journaling, and like having a thought come through my hand feels like that for me. Things change so frequently depending on my mood, depending on what's going on and that kind of thing. So planning it down in a notebook kind of feels a little bit counterproductive, because you waste all that time writing it down and then things are going to change. And then you've got to scribble things out on your page, and it's not aesthetic. So I need to make a spreadsheet which is in no way, shape or form aesthetic. My friend Cobby is back from London today, so I'm going to see them in the evening. I'm so excited for that. It's been such a long time since I've properly had some like one-on-one time with them, and I've got some big life updates to give them. Filled pasta. No more words necessary. So I made the very impulsive decision that it was time to bleach my hair. I feel like the lift was all right and the colour that it's turned out is okay. I was going for something more peachy than orangey. Not my best bleach job. There is definitely some brown still left in there, but also, who cares? I'm not a hairdresser. I am feeling good though. Like, a fresh bleach always makes me feel like something's around the corner. A new era, new section, new chapter. And if I'm honest, it's very much needed. I've honestly been kind of going through the ringer the last 2 weeks. I've been having, nothing like major has happened. I got some bad news, and then it was like every other day there was something that just kicked me whilst I was down. And so trying to get back up after that's just been a challenge. Obviously I know I'm very lucky, and I know I say it all the time, but obviously that's because I've got a really good support network. There ain't nothing I can't handle, especially when I've got such like solid structures to lean on when I need to. Right, I'm gonna dry this up. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna keep a centre part for the day, just try and see what it's like, because I've been trying to grow my fringe out for like 4 years. These are the shortest bits, they are lower than my nose. I might go for like this kind of Leonardo DiCaprio vibe today. We'll see, we'll see. Having a bit of a mare with my hair at the moment, because maybe like a year and a half ago I bleached my hair with, I think, a 9-vol developer, don't know. Basically there's a 9, which is like a stronger bleach, or a 6, which is like a weaker bleach, and I usually use a 6 and my hair lifts nicely. But this time I used a 9, and it did fry me up, and then also because I'm a girly that loves to use heat, I didn't really make it much better for me. I got some layers cut in a couple of months back, and I really liked like the zhuzh it added to my hair, but it did thin it out so much, because obviously I've got an undercut as well, so there's already like half of my hair missing. But like, I'm at the point where I'm like, something needs to be done. This is categorically not doing anything, it's not giving anything. And like, I'm kind of toying with the idea of a bob, but then I'm like, every time I get a bob cut in, I spend like 3 years trying to grow it out, and then I will get a bob again. Like, this is what my hair looked like when I was 17. Bring her back. Should I stop backcombing my hair again? No. I'm gonna do very bog standard, kind of quick makeup today, because I just kind of want to keep the momentum going and get into a groove of things. So I'm not going to show you my base, because it's probably going to be exactly the same as the last video, but I'll come back to you when I'm doing eyes, because obviously that's the fun bit, that's what we're all here for. It's not, I'm specifically here for a chat. I'm going to be doing eye makeup whether I was doing this or not, but you can be here for whatever reason you want. I wish I had a claw clip like within arm's reach right now, because I would love for this to be off my neck. Hairband. Wow, manifestation works. Let's go. My hair was not dry, so it now has a kink in it, so I think I'm again just gonna go for a little ponytail day, because especially because I've just bleached it, I don't want to be putting heat straight onto it. I just need to give her a rest a little bit, I think. Right, so eyes. Obviously kind of want to bounce off something pastel, because my hair's a little bit lighter. I've got this little palette from Lottie, and I love the colours in it. I think I'm gonna first of all go in with this little peachy one, put that over my lids just to pop a base on. So what's going on? What are you doing with your day? I'm doing this, obviously. But I'm then going to go downstairs with my little laptop, my little hard drive, and I'm going to get some editing done, and then I've got to go to my marketing job, and ooh, someone's leaving, and get some bits and bobs done there. I'm on a temp contract with my marketing job, so instead of getting holiday, I have the temp contract, and then I have 2 weeks off, and then I have another temp contract. So I've just come off my 2-week break from that. I'm just kind of really ready to get stuck in. I love the office that I work in. It's my first ever office job, but it's also all women, and it's just delicious vibes, just so lovely. And they're all just so smart and cultured and in the know, and it's just very inspiring too. I'm gonna then take this little green up at the top, and I think I'm just gonna wash that straight over my lid. When it comes to like pastel colours, I don't like using brushes, because I find it's really, really hard for me to build them up to something that's like a little bit punchy. I'm on such a green makeup hype at the moment. Every single day that I'm like, oh, I want to try something a little bit like, a little bit silly, a little bit funky, a little bit fun. It's like I blink, and then like 40 minutes later I'm like, oh, Another green eye look. Nice one, Elle. Variety is the spice of life, is it not? And then there's like a really nice, oh, look at my hand there. The claw. It's like a nice light highlighty colour as well. So I'm just gonna pop that in my inner corner. Somehow that's put some blue in there. Where did I get blue on my finger from? Right on. Seems like I'm going to have to blend something. Okay, vulnerability hour. I think I'm having a bit of an existential crisis at the moment. Not a big one, but it's just, there's definitely something rustling there. I turn 27 next week, and I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the idea of turning 27, because being 25 and 26 meant that I could be like, oh, I'm mid-20s, I'm in my silly mid-20s era. But 27 is late 20s. I am in my late 20s, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, if you catch my drift. Like I said, I got some bad news recently, and that has made me think about the moving parts of a lot of things in my life, and I'm just like realising things. I'm trying ever so hard to kind of understand what makes me go. What makes me feel good, what makes me feel light and joyous, because those are the most important things. Obviously, I have adult responsibilities, and that's very important. In terms of my life and my happiness, it's so bizarre to me that I've spent so long not treating myself like a friend when I'm gonna spend forever with her. She needs to be my friend. And I know this isn't the first time I've said that either. I'm gonna go with some eyeliner. I'm kind of, surprise, thinking green. So I'm actually gonna use this little number. This is from the Glisten Cosmetics Teletubby range, very kindly gifted and sent over. I absolutely love this metallic green shade down at the bottom, so I'm thinking just like a simple little, maybe a swoosh over the top. I want to say simple, but like normally when I say I'm gonna do simple makeup, that's when it always turns out to be a little bit much. Oh my god, look! 11/11, and there's a little picture. My niece came to Norwich with my mum a couple of weeks back. It was such a lovely day. It was her first time in Norwich. Oh, it was just so good to have her about, spend the day with her. Obviously my mum too, but my mum's been to Norwich before, my niece hasn't. Hello, Bandit. Here's the baby. It's not a Luna Lee vlog without a dot. You what, mate? How you doing today? You having a nice one? She's been on Spider Patrol for us recently, which has been really, really good. I'm not a spider girl. Oh, no. No, you're not staying? That's totally fine. Come and go as you please, baby. You treat this place like the bloody Ritz, you do. What was I saying? My niece came to Norwich. What was I saying before that? I can't remember. Can't have been that important. Should we zoom you in for the eyeliner? Let's give that a go. Absolutely no one is allowed to comment on my eye bags at the moment. I'm just so sleepy. I'm just such a sleepy girl. Can you see? Because I'm very, very aware that sometimes I do my makeup on camera and you actually can't see what I'm doing at all. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking just for like 2.5 seconds. Okay, I'm happy with how that turned out. I love a metallic liner. Just catches the light in such a pretty and ethereal way. I'm just gonna go over that line and thicken it up. And it kind of feels fun and nice and simple. But is it enough? I don't think it is. I think I'm gonna go back in like slightly below. I'll take some of the product off onto the back of my hand. And I'm gonna relax my eye so I can see where this crease comes from and join that up here. Okay, I like that. I like that. It feels a little bit more like fierce and pointy and not just like a swoop. Not that there's anything wrong with a swoop. I love a swoop. But I'm also going to take this teeny tiny brush. It's literally the #1 brush from Glisten, like it's their teeniest, tiniest one. And I'm going to go into that tiny little corner and just round it off a little bit. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with another line on that like long, thin brush underneath. Just parallel. And then connect them up, curve that round as well. Ooh, I like her. Look at that. That's nice. And then because you've got like a softer green underneath, it kind of, I don't know, I kind of feel like a forest fairy, which is so ironic because I'm... Are you focused? Not you, the camera. It's ironic that I feel like a forest fairy because I'm not an outdoorsy girl by any stretch of the word. KVD sent over their new tattoo liners. They have improved the formula of this like tenfold. So good. This is the brown one and it's kind of probably my favourite liner at the moment. The product flows so nicely, the nib is so thin, and it's just like, how easy was that? That's just lovely. I'm actually going to take that a little bit further across my lid and right into my lash line. I was watching So Floyd's makeup videos the other day, and she always tight lines with a pencil underneath her, like right into her, what's it called? Waterline? The upper waterline? I don't know, the lid. I just, like, I wish I was that kind of girl, but it's just so itchy on my eye. I don't like it. Now the real challenge is getting them to look like they match. Oh, I blinked during that. That was risky. Relax my eye. Flick it out again. Ah, oh, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Then a little underline. I'll grab that little brush. Round that off and connect the two. That's lovely. Oh, would you look at that? That's nice, isn't it? That's lovely. I feel so good after being at the gym this morning. Just genuinely feel like those endorphins have hit me. It was kind of an uphill battle when I first got home, but now that I've showered and got other bits and bobs done, just feeling very nice, very zen. This wing did not go as well as the last one, but it's okay. Eyeliner is sisters, not twins. As for mascara, still kind of bouncing between the KVD full sleeved and the MAC stack. Love this for a more natural kind of lash. This lifts really well and grabs all of the little ones, and it's very long wearing. Like, I don't get any kind of smudging with this one. This one smudges a little bit, but if you want a lash that's going to pack a punch, this, oh my god, especially in combination with the stack primer. Gorgeous. But I actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the primer, and then I have the stack in the brown. No, I'm not. I'm going to use the stack and full sleeved because I don't think, have I done that combo before? It's more than likely that I've done this combo before. I'm just in love with this mascara. It is so beautiful. It lifts so well. And it's not one of those like false hope lifts on a mascara. It like lifts and holds them there all day. And I just, you know, it's so good. It's just so good, so nice. Okay, so this is kind of the finished look for the eyes. I'm happy with how they turned out and I really like the colour against my hair. I think it's cute. I do have to now figure out what I'm gonna wear for the day, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not vibing with choosing outfits at the moment. Just really struggling to feel comfortable in anything because nothing really fits the way it used to, and so like my normal fail safes are just like, are not failing safely, if you know, if you catch my drift. So I'll assess the options and then we'll get back to it. So outfit. I have this little floral blouse, which I just think is super cute. It's got little shoulder pads in it. Lovely. It's from a brand called Alfred Dunner. I don't know him, but I got this off Vinted. If you want cute little shirts with funny little granny collars on them, Vinted is the place to go. If there is anything I can tell you, it is do not go to the vintage sellers because they're selling these for like 30 quid. You can get them on Vinted for £3. I'm begging you, take it from me. These vintage flippers are doing you dirty. I have a little Urban Outfitters playsuit. It's just like the bog standard, kind of backless, crisscross playsuit. I'll pop a little something here because I've definitely filmed in it before. However, because I'm going into the office, I kind of don't want to have that much leg out, but it is really warm, so I want the option to be able to take the shirt off so that when I leave the office, I can go sit in the park with my journal and get some writing done. The lovely thing about that is I actually own the playsuit as a jumpsuit too. I bought this first and then I had to buy the playsuit because I was like, this is categorically the best thing I've ever put on my body. Every single time I post this on Instagram, I get inundated with people going,
where is that from? It's Urban, and I think it's normally £50, but probably like once every 3 months it goes into the sale, and you can get it cheap. I will never stop posting about this. I will never stop talking about this. I'm going to put it on now, and I'll show you what it's like. It's super, super wide, super airy. You can swirl in it, you can twirl in it, and look at the back on it. Look at her. She's so summery. She's so carefree. She's so light and airy, and I feel so good in this. And also it like puffs out here a little bit, like I'm under there, but not this much. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously being snatched is a full-time job, but amazing. And then I was thinking with the shirt over the top, have a little tie number here. I think that's quite cute. And like everything's covered and light and breezy and airy and floral. For shoes, I really want to say I'm gonna wear something light and airy because I'm going to be warm. However, we know I'm going to wear my Jaden Max, so let's not beat around the bush there. I think I am kind of just procrastinating leaving the house now. So here's the outfit, here's the face, this is my hair. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling energized, my coffee's hit me after the gym. It's a good day. Let's get it, girls. Thanks for watching, see you later, love you, bye.